Hello, Shelby. Hi, Lizzie. Oh, she is too cute. Hold on, Lizzie. I'll bring you out. Where you going? Take a hint, kid. She's like, where'd Mama go? Oh, there she is. I introduced Lizzie to wet food last night, and she was definitely interested, but not interested enough to give up the milk. What I did was I put some bit on my finger and basically rubbed her mouth with it until she opened her mouth, and then she tasted it, and she was very interested in licking my finger. But when I tried to lead her towards the plate, she wasn't having none of that. Like a friend of mine said yesterday, it's like that they pictured me telling Lizzie, Lizzie, you can't do what Mama can do. Not yet. And Lizzie's like, hold my milk. And then does it. Quit playing my phone. Lizzie's laying on her side. Here we go. Here we go. I do not have any cat games on my cell phone. I don't have any real games at all on my cell phone. I do have some cat games on my iPad, but the battery's almost dead. We'll have to see. I tried to get Lizzie to lay in such a way where you can see, I mean, Shelby to lay, so you can see Lizzie nursing, but yeah, she wasn't having none of that. Chin scritchies. She so loves the chin rubs. Oh, sorry, he had an itch. And Lizzie, she persists. She's like a Lizzie tank now. Mama's starting to tone down her bunny kicks. While they weren't severe to begin with, she's putting less effort into them. High five. Yeah, Lizzie is not poor Lizzie. She is extremely healthy. She's like, there's nothing wrong with her at all. She's gaining weight. She's had consistent gains. And, hello. Is it me that you're looking for? Nope, it's her. Yeah, as I was saying, she's very healthy. She's very smart. She's only had one eye booger so far. It's a little mouse on the screen and she's going after the tail. Of course. It's an iPad app called Game for Cats. No S on game. I'm gonna try to flutterby. Butterflies used to be called flutterbys because they would flutter on by. One thing to remember about nursing, ideally, in an ideal situation, Lizzie will nurse about every 3 to 5 hours at this age. That is ideal, perfect world situation. Life is not ideal. So it's okay if she doesn't nurse every 3 to 5 hours. It's okay if she doesn't have really big gains every single day. As long as she is gaining, she is healthy. It's the big picture I'm looking at, the trends. Look at you. Now what are you going to do? Just cry for help. Get your belly, get your belly. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Who's your kicker? There it is. Get it, girl. Hey, kitty kitty here. She asked if any of my kittens ever gained that much in one day at this age. I don't know. But if you look below the video in the description, there's a section of links that one of them is called the Uber chart. And it has all the weights of all the past litters listed by day. So you can actually go through and look to see how she's comparing to everybody else. Your mama's stalking you. He's like, I'm being cute. Look at me, I'm being cute. Bless you. My nose itches. Are you trying to flip over again? Mama. She's definitely starting to see better. She's just sitting here observing right now. Big yawn. She's testing out tactile feedback with her paws and grooming her paws. When I offered her wet food on my finger, she was eager to clean my finger, but did not want to give up the milk. So she liked the flavor. But when I tried to lead her to the plate, she wasn't having none of that. It's important to handle kittens once their eyes open up, because that's the only way and the only thing that keeps them from turning feral. Well, that's not true. Some cats just don't turn, some kittens never turn feral, but the vast majority of them do. Whenever my phone rotates, chat stops scrolling. I have to stop the playback, force close the app, and go back into it. Technical stuff, don't need to CC that. There we go. Hi, Mama. Hey, wait, don't block anybody. That feels uncomfortable. Just pulled that out of my butt. Yep. Hi, Lizzie. Lizzie is a solid tabby, macro tabby. That means her stripes have breaks in them. They're not solid stripes. I'm not going to make the enclosure bigger today, but soon. I'm watching Lizzie, waiting for her to show signs that definite signs that she's ready for it to be bigger. Right now, that's plenty of room for her back there. Yeah, there's three types of tabbies. You got a classic tabby or marble, where they have big swirls. Then you have the striped tabbies, which are called mackerel. Broken mackerel have broken stripes. You almost had her. Here, I'll hold her down for you. Get in there, girl. I love you. You love me. We let that kitten feed. Oh, good. Shelby's purring. That means she's not in crazy play mode. At least not at this specific moment in time. Cat wheels. I was asked if I thought about a cat wheel for Shelby. Cat wheels are too big, they take up too much space. For those curious about Lizzie's leg, it's all better, no issues. Several days ago, Sunday morning, she got caught in the fence trying to climb over and basically twisted her foot or ankle or something like that. She was put on pain meds for 3 days, and she's fully recovered. She's off the medication. She's off her meds. I put the poster board there to keep her leg from getting caught, and put the straws on the top to keep her from being able to stop her from going over the fence. Tabby's still rocking the line cut. No, it is starting to get a little longer. He and Kugra have a vet appointment in an hour. They go. They're still having sinus issues, so Kugra's going to get a culture to see if they can pinpoint it, because the last one they did was inconclusive. We'll see if we can get the same for Tabby. They watch us over there too. North Point Veterinary Hospital. They actually have different bacteria between both of them. So, different medications. Tabby had a sinus infection last year that nearly killed him because he got a from a bacteria that does not react to normal antibiotics or the standard antibiotics that typically only dogs get. So they never tested him for it. In fact, Tabby was the first cat that they seen get this particular bacterial infection. We got no idea how he got it. Lizzie liked the mushy food. She liked the flavor. She was very eager to clean my finger, but she was not eager to eat from the plate. There's basically two types of bacteria. And the type that cats get most often have a bacterial wall around it. And the way the antibiotics work is that they interfere with that bacterial wall and keeps them from multiplying, so they die out. The bacteria that Tabby had that nearly killed him did not have that wall, so that antibiotic medicine was totally ineffective. This one's going to be a bit long, Kathy, so you don't have to CC it if you don't want to. Um, Tabby had basically two types of bacteria: the one that was killing him, and then just standard run-of-the-mill bacteria. The one that was killing him was subdued by the regular bacteria, um, made smaller, had less amount of it, because the two bacteria were competing for the same resources. The standard bacteria, or the antibiotics, killed off the standard bacteria, which allowed the bacteria that was killing him to flourish and made Tabby even sicker. So the vet that he was going to at the time didn't know what else to do about it. So I asked him to do another culture, and he did, and that's when we found the other bacteria that and got him medication for it. Actually, that second culture was done by North Point because the old vet didn't know what to do, so I moved him to a new vet. Old vet's good for basically well-being checks and all that, but any serious things, I move him to North Point. Shelby starting to, it's like, I want to go play. I want to go play. Did Tabby get cold because he had fur to keep him warm? That doesn't make sense. Tabby is one of my cats. He's a tabby cat. He's actually named after another cat. I didn't name him because he was a tabby cat. But the tabby cat, the tabby that he was named after, who was named Tabby, he was named Tabby because he was a tabby cat. I'm looking forward to Kathy seeing that. Now, Tabby can't hear because he got old and lost his hearing. We don't know why he lost his hearing. The only way to really know is to do an MRI, and there's really no point to that because I would know why, maybe, but there would be no answers, no solution. And he's doing pretty fine. Kathy said, fascinating, terrifying insight in how John's brain works. The guy is kittens. The ones that have pages, yeah. The ones that don't have pages, I haven't heard anything recently on. Nor do I have any update on Gaia. Gaia's owners do not have any computers or cell phones. Tabby's 13 years old. Question was asked, now that Lizzie is getting older, does it take her the same amount of time to get full when feeding? No, she's actually nursing faster. Sometimes I can hear her suckling from a distance, most noticeably when her ears twitch at the same time. The reason why they can go for a longer period of time between nursing is because their bellies are bigger. They can hold more milk when they nurse. So even though Lizzie is nursing for shorter periods of time, she's still getting the milk that she needs. She can nurse for just like 5 minutes and then fall asleep and not fuss afterward. And if she's still hungry, she will fuss. A lot of times she'll drain one nozzle here and fall asleep, still suckling on it. Just comforts of nursing. She's purring now. Tabby has a couple heating pads and mylar bags that reflect his body heat back. He likes it. And he snuggles with my other cats. Now the temperature has dropped, my cats are becoming more appreciative of each other. Did I know if I was allergic before I started fostering? I've had cats all my life, so yes, I've known. Lizzie can see. I think she's starting to see a lot better now because I'm watching her just sit there looking around, observing. So the retina usually is not fully developed until the kitty is 5 weeks of age. I'm only lightly allergic to cats. Some cats more, some cats less. But I tend to build up tolerances for them. Like, but if I'm gone from the house for a week, I have to rebuild up all my tolerances again. I'm a snotty mess when I come home. And my cats are like, "Wait, you left?" So just think, when she's flying around at 4 weeks of age, she's flying around not being able to see too well. And sometimes I go to my volunteer shift and I can't wait till it's over because I just start sneezing and blowing my nose. Though that's more the exception than the norm. As a foster, I was asked if I pay for the vet bills. That's usually um, it differs between foster and their because of their shelter. My shelter, Purrfect Pals, pays for all their vet care, and I am extremely grateful to my viewers because in the event where we have a kitten that needs thousands of dollars worth of vet care, or even a couple hundred, they donate towards it and cover it, so the shelter is not impacted by those vet bills. But the nice thing about the Purrfect Pals paying for the vet bills and the care is that no matter how much it costs, you would only pay one fee. For Lizzie, it'd be $125, and that does not come close to covering what the shelter puts forth just in regular fostering and care. The spays, the vet examinations, the vaccines cost roughly about $300. There's also microchipping and viral testing. So there's no such thing as a free kitten. If you treat that kitten well and do what you're supposed to do with the vet, that free kitten's still going to cost you around $300 to $400. But if you adopt from a shelter, you get the same thing for around $100. Prices vary between shelters. If you like cats but are allergic, and you would like to try to help a shelter, there could be positions available where you can help the shelter without actually coming into contact with cats. For example, some shelters need drivers. Purrfect Pal is looking for a driver right now, but in this case, the position involves driving cats around. You can also share links and information for the shelter. Spread the word. Well, since I will be at the vet during weigh-in time, let's go ahead and do the weigh-in. Let's do the potty. We don't want to wait pee. I love how they get quiet when you do this. And they get that look. Ooh, that was a fart. Let me move you over the blanket here in case something else comes out. Not too much pee. Yesterday she weighed 278 grams, 9.81 ounces. Looks like 283. Mom, stop. Kitten, stop. 283. Oh, I can feel her belly. So she's up 5 grams. Now weighs 9.98 ounces. That's a gain of 0.17 ounce. So looking at her trend line on the weight chart, she's still above her trend. The trend line is basically an average of her weights, and again, if you look at the graph, it's like her weight is like dancing right around it. And so her big massive gain that she had the other day is kind of balancing out with these smaller gains. See, it's the big picture that I look at, not just that she had a small gain yesterday and a slightly bigger gain today. It's the trend, and any gain is a good gain. Are you winding down? Do you want kisses? That translates to yes. Here you go. Who knew I could speak cat? Huh. mama stalking you again. Let's put you up for a nap. Then I need to step out. She has a favorite napping spot too. She's making a line for it right now. Alright, enjoy the kittens. Have a nice day. Bye, Lizzie.